podcast. I am your host, Nicole, and I have such a cool roundtable tonight, everybody. It's such a dope roundtable, and I'm excited about it. Got my co host, Tina. You can't see her face yet, but she's working her way on in, who is now officially an incredible coach. So get ready, world, because you guys are in luck to have a certified coach like Tina in your life. We also got Stephanie coming in here as our other co host, and I'm just so excited because she is asserting herself, breaking through that Chiron, finding the healing, and here she is in community discussion. Welcome, welcome. Woo, woo, woo. And then finally, we've got our Heather. And I say our Heather because when you can connect with an energy like this, she helps you feel full. And I mean that in such a beautiful way. So I just want to welcome in Heather and her expertise. She is, when you want to really go dive deep into soul contracts, past life, the Akashic records, very deep stuff about yourself. She is the one to go to. So welcome her in as well, everybody.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with your beautiful soul, Nicole.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
beautiful soul energy. I love how we connected through the stars.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to know, so when we talk about soul contracts, and I was talking about why we were doing tonight, was there anything that kind of like struck you at all in regards to why would my son and his uncle, I guess, yeah, right? Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. His uncle have matching birthdays, and I found out that they're exactly 7 years apart as well because he's born in 2000, correct?
Yep. I was going to ask you what year. Yeah.
Yep, and Shaden was in 2007, so they have seven between them as well, which is very, very spiritually guided there. So I was looking into some numerology around it and just started jumping in a rabbit hole. But what kind of comes to you when you kind of think about that, or has that come up in sessions before?
You asking me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So I, I just believe in kismet. I don't know if I go into all of the happenings behind everything. I just believe that there is a happening and I kind of let it be. Like why is somebody born on, like a baby born on their mom's birthday? I think I just look at that as just a unique gift. I try not to take deep dives into absolutely everything, believe it or not. So um, I just think it is all aligned, period. You know what I mean? Like it's just aligned. So you can take deep dives of the whys and the how comes and the relations to numerology and all that stuff, but I just let it go as like an overall kismet. It's just meant to be, it's meant to happen. It is what it is. Yeah, that's the way I look at things. I don't think, yeah, that's just how I look at some things. I try to keep it simple.
Okay. Well, for this, I thought it was fun to kind of bring up tonight, just because a lot of people, when you guys are on journeys and you say there's repeated cycles that might be happening, might be reoccurring in your family. When I was doing a little bit of a deep dive, I saw that with them both being on, it's attached to my father's side, the connection with, it being my father's parents, that there is they call it like what was it? Like a timeline print or timestamp that the generation that the lineage can do as a way of um, clearing that cycle. So when I was going deeper diving, I just kind of liked it because when we're trying to clear what has been happening and coming up in our ancestral and in our family lineage, I think it can kind of just help navigate a little because I know that for me, these tools kind of helped me feel more like purposeful, I guess, in what was unwinding and unfolding, and felt more like I had, I don't know, some kind, a little bit of a direction. So with this, I kind of like it because in a way, it can kind of have, his uncle and, my son kind of have that kind of bond and that kind of who knows what it is that they will be healing. or just a situation that I just currently had with a client of mine, how that cycle just kind of closed out, but there was a lesson there. There was a reason for that experience, for a clearing. So I guess that's kind of where I get excited and wanting to know deeper. Yeah.
I want to kind of add to that. I think I feel like you use the word remembrance a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe the repeat pattern of same birth dates that come through is just another way to remember. I mean, maybe if you go back, you might find that there's, in the ancestral lineage, maybe there are some of the same birth dates connected. And maybe this is like now your son, he's the youngest one. Maybe just bringing it back, that remembrance of a past ancestor. You know, does he have the namesake of an ancestor?
Well, this is what's kind of funny because I ended up taking my father's last name to make my son's first name because I wanted to carry on the name in which he was carrying on to. But the thing of it is that after long, I didn't know originally, but it was his stepfather's last name that he took, correct, Stephanie?
Yes.
So I'm making sure I'm saying the information right. So what I'm seeing that's kind of repeating around is the pattern of the broken family, say the abandonment, that kind of repeat. But what I'm feeling and noticing, like say with my son's experiences, is that he is very family oriented. He has been in a divorced household of 50-50 this whole time, but while in that experience has very been a big I don't even leader in making sure that we all still stayed close together. And he's very big like that. So it's very interesting because when he was born, it was the first moment that I was like, wow, this is what unconditional love feels like. Because I didn't, that experience, he kind of unlocked that door. And then, of course, my North Node's in Taurus. So there's deep, I enjoy going deep into things. You know me, I'm not a surface level gal.
I'm sure he has a beautiful star, fixed star that is that connecting star to keep families together.
See, that's what I mean about your expertise. That right there. That's what's beautiful about the work that Heather does.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many beautiful stars, but he you know, he has a very, if he's a sensitive type of a soul born today, do you know his time of birth?
It was I think it was 7:45. I believe it was 7:45 p.m. I'd have to double check, but I'm almost positive it was 7:45 p.m.
I just saw Lucci's this morning because it was on one of my memories on my Facebook post. He was 11:39 a.m. But his middle name.
So that's your son. That's your son, Stephanie.
Yeah.
So both of your sons have the same birthday today.
Right, because Stephanie was married to my father. My father remarried, and she's who he remarried to, and then they had 3 children before they separated. And and her youngest ended up being the one that has the same birthday as my oldest.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy because he's the oldest here, but yet Lucci's the youngest in his, but yet Lucci is older than Shaden. So you see how there's that like. There's such an intertwine in this energy. It's just so interesting. Then my father's birthday is in, and there's we did find out too. There's a lot of 33s, linked to like years that people were born throughout the family. Because I seen a lot of my father's headstones and his family members. So there was a link with that me and my dad had talked about when he was alive. So I'm just curious because I feel like when we can dive in that way, it's like, go ahead, sorry.
33, like in the year 1933, or 33 years old, or
Like they were born in 33. Yeah. Or there was a death in 33. Like it was interesting how like because there were ones that were so old because they had like the entire family in All Saints Cemetery. My mother's even in there too. But which is why I'm doing this 30-day challenge because it ends on my father's birthday. But yeah, just so there's so much numerology and I found it on my father's side that it's like hard for me not to be like, ooh, I want to learn more.
yeah. What year was your son born, Nicole?
2007.
And where was he born?
Kalamazoo, Michigan. Yeah.
I mean, that looks like the number 33 to me, Kalamazoo. You could probably come up with 33 if you added all of that together.
Well, I guess when you add up today, it equals 3, which is also because it broke it down because I was, like I said, I was kind of jumping on in. And then for their day equals 7. So 7, so it's definitely, spirit's definitely involved heavily. And I feel like it's on the paternal side of things, like the father wounds or protection patterns. Just from my experience, I think it's more the broken family concept because of how we were so pulled apart the way that it happened. If you think about it with mine and Stephanie, if you think about it with yours too, where he was pulled so distant, Neil was, because he went back to Connecticut. You know what I mean? So pulled away from the parent, and then he went and had another, the youngest one. I was going to say his name, but I'm trying to not just call him out because that's not my place to do.
My bonus child.
Yes, yes. So it's been quite an interesting experience to see. And then like even her daughter's birthday, which is, or the fact that we all have, yeah, I can go deep. Our names, we got the same. We got all kinds of stuff that's the same. It's just interesting.
You could say the Nicole thing. My middle name's Nicole.
Yep.
Her sister's middle name is Nicole. Your name is Nicole.
So I just thought that was interesting. There's just a lot of like, when you pay attention to those things, there's just something deeper there. Do you just feel more like, you know, like I'm cool. Like there's depth here. Like there's purpose here. You know what I mean?
My middle name's Lynn.
My middle name's Lynn. Come on.
Yeah, no, we knew that. You forgot.
Oh, I did forget. Okay, because you got me excited. I was like, come on, yay. I know I'm in all of my excitement right now.
Can you hear me?
Well, you do a lot of numerology things though too that always get me going.
It starts to get out of my wheelhouse a little bit because there's just so much to know, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But if you just know like just the intro, if you guys just kind of know like the patterns of like what 1 through 9 are, like, you know, beginnings or balance or endings, like if you can't hear me or see me. So I know, Tina, how do we get you invited in? Maybe just go into the other account, even if you can't get seen, so then that way at least we have your audio.
Can she choose
Can you hear me now?
request to be added?
Can you hear me now?
I don't know. I've been every time I see her name trying to like hit the invite and get her back.
You can't hear me?
We invite her?
Yeah, I've done that a couple times, and then she has to try to, do something for me to hit it again because it like doesn't let me repeatedly do it, but it might let you do it since you haven't. I don't know. That part I'm not sure. Is this her right
No
here?
friends to invite yet. Okay.
I see her right here. I see you.
I see her right here. I see you.
Did I just add her? Oh, come on. I thought I just added her.
Did I just add her?
Come on, guys. Okay, here we go.
Oh, come on. I thought
Come
I
on.
just added her. Come on, guys. Okay, here we go.
It won't let me hit the invite button. I know.
Let me hit the invite button.
So he has, I looked his chart up. Your son's chart really quick, the fixed star chart.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a lot of Eridanus in the fixed star. So he's an elemental being, magical energy. Is he very elemental, like elephant energy?
What do you mean? I know that he's very he's very earthy, like loves do.
Yeah, elemental means earthy.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, he likes to be barefoot in the sand. He likes to, yeah, he loves fishing, loves being outside.
Yeah. And Eridanus is at the base of Orion's foot, and it's a river, so he likes to be in the flow of life, movement, steady. Even in turbulence, he's steady.
Mm-hmm.
He believes in the pace of his own journey. You know, and he knows not to go too far ahead of his own flow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he's not racing ahead of the flow, he's staying within the flow of a river.
Yep.
So that just is about the metaphor of his life force and his energy. Let's see, he's creative, he believes in unity consciousness. He's playful, he's intuitive, very emotional depth. If I keep looking into his chart, he might be pulled by unseen currents.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be maybe someone trying to force him to do something that he's not ready to do. Move into a job that doesn't suit him. Move into a relationship that's too much for him.
Man, check. He's been there before. He's in a better one now. But yeah, something with him was always concerning is because of his care, his family, his loyalty with how he is kind of pulling in people to save. You know what I mean? But and sticking around maybe longer. Look, we got her in here.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
Did you go all around the universe to get here?
Yes, I've been around 5 times.
Get here?
Unbelievable.
It took you 84 years to get back.
When is 2033 coming?
There's that 33 again, is what I'm saying.
I can't get on camera on either platform.
Man.
What the hell's going on? But I'm here. You can hear my lovely voice now. Don't worry.
Uranus and Gemini was all about communication and a breach of communication and
Yep. And disruption, because Uranus loves to disrupt. And if we just entered literally the energy over the past few hours, like, so yeah. Interesting
Heather, I
thing.
would be curious to know how Luciano, sorry, I said a name, my son compares to
Your son, we're okay.
today's date is the what, 25th? Yeah, and your son's year is what?
Oh, young ones.
And at what time?
11:39 a.m.
And where?
New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, New Haven. Where do you live, Stephanie?
Wisconsin.
Oh, shoot, where the heck is Wisconsin? I don't even know.
Other side of Michigan. She's right next to me in Michigan, and then my father and I was born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut. Well, I was raised more so in East Haven after Fairhaven, but
Father passed, he was living where?
in New Haven.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. So when I looked up lineage in that thread, they're calling them lineage echoes.
Yeah, go deeper into that. I like how that sounds.
I don't know. Hold on. Lineage echoes. I wonder what that means. Lineage echoes are the energetic reverberations that move through a family line. The emotional, behavioral, or spiritual patterns that repeat until someone becomes conscious enough to transform them.
Yeah, I just never heard the echo. I like that, man. That's so interesting because that's what this girl did over here. But I was saying on here with the paternal line patterns between shaded between our family members. Okay, so common patterns can show up as absent fathers, emotionally distant fathers, men struggling with vulnerability. I want to throw myself on the floor on where I can see this has got to be showing up for them. Repeated separation between fathers and children. The strong pressure to achieve anger patterns in the family, difficulty expressing love directly, control issues, silence around emotional pain, children feeling like they had to earn approval. So there's definitely a few in there that I would identify with on our end for sure.
But to what you just said, Nicole, they say it's not a burden, but it's a summons. So it sounds like even though they're taking on all of this extra baggage, it's not something that they can't handle.
Absolutely. I truly feel that we sign up for, we, like I say, we sit around an energetic table beforehand and we're all like, this is what I'm going to take care of. This is what you're going to take care of. This is when I'm going to stop being in your timeline. This is where I'm going to be with you in the timeline, maybe overseeing. Like, I truly believe all of that exists. Still human, so I still have emotions tied to stuff, but it's pretty beautiful when we can see the depths of why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I've never heard the echo, but I like that.
I
It,
really do. It's new age. I like the, yeah, I haven't heard that either, but I do like it as well.
Echo is echoing. Like, let's just break down echo.
I just
Hearing it
did.
back, hearing it back from what it was. You know,
Yep.
like the present reaching back to the future, coming back to the present.
You do like repeating?
Yeah, they're inherited timelines, unfinished stories, their assignments,
Assignments. Yep,
but
I always like assignments.
but
Yep.
they're aligned with somebody within that lineage. So they're it's kind of like echo means to like repeat, right? So the loud, I guess maybe the louder you vibrate in that kind of a state. I'd be curious to see what worlds look like when Nicole's son and Stephanie's son vibrate high enough. What could they possibly get themselves into?
Create, yeah.
Well, your dad was loud, so I'm sure.
I don't know what you
Send
mean.
up some large vibration.
Shaden's very big at, if there's arguments or fighting going on, he very much kind of like wants peace in the situation, but he still wants conversation. Um, I mean, there were struggles there because as I was learning how to navigate, how to express emotions safely and whatnot, they are as well. But I feel like they're already not repeating things, but I like where Tina was starting to go with, like, I'm kind of curious to see as they keep evolving, especially with Lucci Saturn return, just like as they keep evolving and going, and I hope that they get closer and they start creating a bond there because I think there's something really special there for them and for all of us in return, right? Because we're all part of it.
I'm working on
Interesting.
the charts, that's why I'm quiet.
So it says because sometimes the calendar isn't just a calendar, it's a map. So I like the way that's worded when you think about that lineage and the same sharing the same dates.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about the date on the calendar. It's that map of their path.
Dude, my mouth dropped on the floor when I found out today that
Your
Your
mouth
honest
fell
go-
out of your mouth. Wow.
yeah, my mouth fell out of my face today.
Double
Like dead
down.
serious, onto the floor. Though
Double
my
down.
whole thing onto the floor, yes. Because my chart ruler's Uranus is where I just was excited in reflection of what happened. And it was moving into Gemini today on the 25th, and that significance with the kids. It also completes on May 22nd, 2033.
There's a 2033 again.
Okay, but that's the day that my mother passed.
I didn't follow.
Yeah, May 22nd. So I just find it interesting that the date it opens is my kids' birthday, and the date that it ends is when my mother had passed, her anniversary date, which is now also my wedding anniversary to my twin flame.
So, what was the date your mother died?
May 22nd, 92.
Isn't that funny? My father was May 21st.
I know, I mentioned that. I was like, wow, I didn't even know that.
Family lineage is more than DNA. It's a memory. It's unfinished stories. It's the emotional inheritance we carry consciously and unconsciously. When a birthday aligns with a death date, when a wedding anniversary lands on the same day as a great grandparent crossed over, when your child is born on the same day your ancestor fled their homeland, these aren't random. These are the lineage echoes, moments where the past and present meet each other at the doorway and say, are we ready to do this differently now?
Mm, I love it. And with all the sevens, it makes my heart feel good because I just feel like it, it's so divinely guided and supported. And there's different types of soul contracts too, guys. So there's like a healing contract, mirror contract, teacher contract, karmic contract. I looked up some because I was curious to see how many there are. I knew of a few of them, not all of them. There are some that are new to me. There's karmic contract. So, like, giving an example, like the karmic contract helps resolve repeated patterns, often feels intense, cyclical, or unfinished. I feel like, in a way, what completed yesterday, because again, the person that I just completed that cycle with yesterday, it started at the beginning of the Uranus transit into Taurus and it ended literally yesterday, okay, as we just were completing it. But on top of it, my birthday is the same birthday as his only daughter's. So again, there's those numbers when we can kind of look at it there. It kind of takes some of the pain away. I'm not gonna lie. It makes it look more significant. But yeah, so with the karmic, no, ancestral contract that connects to bloodline healing. It often involves family patterns, inherited wounds, or lineage themes. I think that plays very much possibly into what's going on with our kids in that regard. I mean, I can go all day with this. I was raised with a cousin with the same name as you. Like, there are so many little minute things. Like, your daughter has how many birthdays they all play the same within my father's side of the family. Right. And then on top of it, my husband's daughter has the same birthday. So it's just so beautiful to see how soulfully guided this is.
Well, we have some of that on the other side of the family too.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
So I asked, I'm not gonna lie, I asked AI to give me like a solid example of this for um, Ancestry Dummies 101 like myself. So can I just share what it said?
Absolutely.
So it created it into a story. A woman discovers her daughter was born on the same day her grandfather died. She always felt a strange connection between them, even though they never met. Years later, she learns her grandfather carried a wound around belonging. And her daughter, she grows up with a fierce desire to create community, connection, and home. Same date, different generations, same lesson, but this time transformed. That's the power of aligned timelines. They show us where the healing is happening.
I love that.
I needed that to kind of piecemeal what we were just all saying in different languages.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was significant that, the when I had my birthday and then my father passed, 4 days later. So there's and the call that was made on my mother's birthday from him that I don't even know if it was a butt dial or what it was before he passed. Like, there's just so many beautiful things that the universe is always talking to us. And when we're quiet enough to allow those conversations to unfold, they show up through numbers, music, people, conversations, experiences. And those kinds of experiences can be just a little bit of things that I know it did for me, but can create a new life for you. So that's why I like to really talk about these taboo type things, conversations, and have these conversations, is because doesn't it feel more exciting and magical to see how deep we truly are as beings than just surface level, meant to come here, live, some may think suffer and then pass?
Nobody wanted to be born on my birthday.
Yeah, but with the way that your ones and your sevens are, I mean, how beautiful. To me, when I see that, I see as if you're spiritually opening something that was once closed prior to your lineage, your family lineage. Um, and again, it's so spiritually sound and divinely guided. It's beautiful. Like, I can feel the energy around it when we're talking about it. Heather, you still there? Sorry, we got excited and all into our stuff.
Yeah, no, just looking up the charts, and Stephanie had asked me what the similarities are, so I'm just scrolling around to see if I can figure it out. Yeah, I just wanna say something about what Tina had said that was the date of the grandfather and daughter. That, I feel like the same birthday, he felt not a part of, and she tried to work really hard to build a community. I feel like that's the jump of the lineage, so someone in the middle, the mom connected in the middle must have been that threshold person.
Yes, that's what
Beautiful.
it felt like in the stories. She was the one that was in the middle that was able to make those connections.
So I know, Nicole, you really wanted to dive into, you know, your dad's side of the family in this, but for me, I have two cousins and our dates of birth are just crazy. It's all the same year. I was born March 25th. My cousin, first cousin, she was born April 25th. And then I have another cousin that was born June 25th. All the same year.
And then you have your son that's also April 25th, as well as Mike. So that's another. The 25 is interesting, which equals 7. Again, total spirit number there. Like learning spiritual wisdom, intuition, solitude, inner truth. Real divine number. Personally, like that's just what first comes right off the rip.
Yeah.
But I think everybody, when they kind of tap into their surroundings, I don't know, for me, I've been able to, like, when I have fun with it, going in the numbers or going in people's charts, stuff like that, I feel like I get to honor the person I'm getting to know when I dive a little bit deeper, and the compatibility there, right? Because there's a lot of times when you think that you're having a relationship, friendship, whatever work environment it is, and there's a little bit of that, what we were talking about yesterday, that undercurrent that doesn't seem to align, so when we can kind of know a little bit deeper, I'm one of those people, like, I'm wanting to know, like, what time you were born and the day you were born and what your signs are and everything else before I really honestly want to remember your name, because that's the stuff that I remember better. Isn't that terrible, guys?
Yes.
For real. But that's because I want to know you on a soul level.
I feel so left out. Like I'm trying to make a connection here with something.
In what way? What do you mean?
I want to have a connection somehow.
The Uranus, the numbers, the birthdays, the Gemini, what?
All of it, Heather.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was born at 11:19. She just shot me out a few minutes earlier. It would have been 11:17, 11:17. That's my connection. Just give it to me.
You got it. It's yours.
I had to be sucked out of my mother with a vacuum.
You didn't want to come out. You wanted
No.
to hang out.
Yep.
You were afraid of the world.
I knew what I was in store for.
Oh,
And she'll remind you. I was in labor for 46 hours. And they still had to take a vacuum and get you out. I'm like, yeah, well, shit, man. I knew what was waiting for me on the other side.
Your shoulders hurt.
Yeah, right?
Shoulders hurt. You can do the birth now.
And then to boot, I was thrown in a friggin' laundry basket and brought home.
Yeah. Well, probably because it was filled with laundry, though. It was probably filled with beautiful blankets and pillows.
Yeah, but Heather, why do you always gotta be like Nicole and like redirect my thought process?
to keep it positive.
No, it was just a laundry basket with a blanket, because that's what I guess how much I meant to them. No, and then they brought me to my grandmother's house as a newborn for my grandparents to see me with my grandfather and all my uncles smoking.
I know, dropping their asses on you.
What the hell's going on?
Whack them off your forehead. Oops.
I have.
It's flammable.
There are pictures. It's hysterical.
That's so funny. Well, you belong here on Earth, and
Absolutely.
you know, it's a lot to connect to all of this. I'm not sure I connect to it all myself either. But I just go with the flow. And I wanted to just pause to take a moment to Stephanie's son, if I could.
Yeah.
Okay. So I pulled up his chart. It's so much information. I don't see a lot of sameness except that Iridalis, which is the river of Spear for both of them, but not in the same houses or planets. But I looked at your son's chart, Stephanie, and Pluto is the furthest distance, so that would be his furthest past life. He has the great attractor conjunct, and it's a very close conjunction, and the great attractor is a far away, almost like a black hole. So he would have maybe lived over in another dimension before coming here.
Oh, he was with me, Stephanie. I took good care of him.
Yeah, Tina was from the great attractor too. So he has high vibes, high frequencies. He shatters false beliefs. He might have whether he uses them or not, high intuition, almost to the point of psychic intuition. I don't know if he practices that, but it is strong in his chart because he's really from just another plate. So when you think to yourself, like, well, he can't have all this knowledge and all this high spiritual vibe and kindness and wealth of knowledge just from this one lifetime. This is why his past life was very deep. A little, living beyond the veil. He thinks independently, strong intuition, feels ahead of his time. So when someone's old soul probably has that old
I've said
soul.
that. I've said that.
Yep, he attracts powerful people. Depending on where it is in his chart, it's in Pluto. It shows where his soul is wired for expansion. And he just needs to continue to work on being awakened. He's young, 20. He's still very young, so he can really work on his intuitiveness and his psychic abilities and his all-knowing. And does that sound a little bit like him?
It does sound like him.
I mean, there's so much more to it. I just have to go with one. Not everybody has the great attractor in their chart. I did not see it for your son, Nicole, but I'm kind of going back and forth. So.
Oh, no, you're good. I appreciate the overview. Just so everybody listening, if you guys are interested in what Heather is sharing, please check her out because she has beautiful services. If you want, I don't know if you're able to comment down below. For some reason, I can't comment on here, but if you're able to put your link down there, so if anybody is interested and would like to dive deeper with Heather, just check her out. See if her services resonate with you and learn a little bit more about yourself, because why not? But did I have the great attractor or no? I can't. Oh, don't worry about that, because I thought so, but I wasn't positive, and I second guessed it, so I left it alone. Okay.
So you totally do. So that would be something that is a threat to your family.
See, I told you with my father because of the conversation. My dad would always say that he would talk to people who were clearly passed over, see them. He's like, I'd see them as clear as me and you, Nicole. Like, do you?
During his, like all of his life, or during the time of his passing?
No, he's told me it since I was younger that he was able to talk to his mother. Like, he had a few different people that he said he was easily able to talk to whenever. That's why I was like, okay, this is a little normalcy here. And then I feel like within all of his kids, there's something going on there that needs some real clearing. So I feel like, is it a lot of being like enslaved, punished down for it, and then now it's kind of we're trying to learn how to remember and express it again? you know, because we're all going into that age of, you know, intuition and building in our own, because spirituality, it's an individual journey, right? So, and we're all kind of evolving into that kind of energy that, dude, I totally could see Will Luke. So anytime he's ready, let's do some classes.
So, Stephanie, when you were married to him, did he share those same things with you?
No.
He didn't tell you that he talked to his mother?
I was still alive when I was married to him.
Right, but I mean, you still talk to him way after, though. Like, you're still here. Like, you've been around.
In my face, I'm making all kinds of faces right now.
I'm like, I know, but you still had a relationship with him. Well, not like that, but.
He did, but it's kind of dwindling at that point after mommy died.
Oh, okay, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But no, he didn't.
I was just curious to see if he was comfortable with having that conversation with anybody or just Nicole because of the, yeah.
He's talked about it to Brian, the kids too. I just thought he's talked about it to everybody.
I don't know if he has the kids, but he never said anything to me.
Mm.
And the kids were so young, when she first passed away, that I don't know if it was something that he even would have brought up
Fair.
ever. So
And it could be too with the way that I've always talked to him. Maybe that I've opened that up for him to kind of just let it out. I don't know. Because I honestly didn't think anything of it until when Tina just asked me. I was like, oh, wait, he didn't? What?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. He might have had a connection to you, felt comfortable saying it. Maybe
Right.
he felt like it was taboo to say, and who's gonna believe me or think I'm crazy? But knew you guys had that shared belief and felt comfortable finally being able to have an outlet to share those stories.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie, or I say this lovingly, maybe Stephanie would have thought that he was, like, maybe you weren't ready to receive that kind of information.
Mm.
I think if he would have said something, I would have been totally receptive to it because I always have. Yeah. I was a kid and I saw my great grandmother had passed away standing in the corner of my bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think he just, I don't know, maybe at that point he thought he was going a little crazy or something. I don't know.
Could be.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, he had that kind of.
I would be surprised if people couldn't share at least one story where they were part of a situation. I've had my own. I was really sick. Everybody thought I was hallucinating. I very well could have been, but I put a lot of faith into that moment, and the next day I woke up and everything was better. Like, all I got was a kiss on the forehead from my grandfather, who said, tomorrow you're gonna feel so much better. Don't worry about it. This'll break. And my mother slept in my room that night because she was afraid to leave me alone because my fever was at 105 and I was just a mess. And when I woke up, I got up just a normal day. She's like, what are you doing? She was just, stay in bed. I don't want any. I'm like, nope. I'm like, I'm good. Your father was here. Your father was here last night. You took care of it. Unlike you.
Wow. I think it was the boss.
She let me rot in my bed. He came and took care of it. Nice mom.
Wow.
She was having my father's 50th birthday party at the house, so I was a little inconvenienced when I got sick. Yeah. Yeah. We got to get through this party, Tina. Oh, okay, Mom. I'll try to stay alive for you.
Wow.
Nicole, do you remember Uncle Joe, Lee's husband? I don't know if you remember him.
I don't know. I know Uncle Joey, but I don't know.
He was, yeah, I don't know that you would know. He died a long time ago. He came in, he had that old school video recorder. Remember those old recorders you would put on your shoulder? He was actually in my room recording me moaning and groaning and not feeling well. And I'm like, seriously, you don't have other things to do? He's like, come on, just say hi to the camera. I'm like,
What did you end up having?
I don't even know what it was. It was I came home from school. I was helping my mother get ready for a party.
What year?
Uh,
You were COVID before COVID.
I don't know. It was like junior high school. Helping my mother get ready, and then I remember saying to her, "All right, I don't feel good. Like I literally need to go lie down." And she was like, "No, we just got a little." I'm like, "No, ma, I can't do it." And she felt my forehead. She's like, "All right, yeah, you feel like you have a fever," and then it spiked. And I'm like, "Are you gonna do anything about it?" She's like, "Tomorrow morning." I'm like, "That's good. If I'm still alive, we'll go to the doctors. That sounds good."
Those experiences,
They didn't have walk-ins then.
No.
and they're like portals, those experiences. So like you're more receptive when you're that
Yeah.
week in a way to be more receptive to what's coming through.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw Jesus, I'm sure, it's to get you healthy. I wonder what the four of our synchronicities would be. So my middle name's Lynn, I'm June 9th, 1959. What about you guys?
Nicole's Nicole Lynn.
19. I know. Yep. And then I'm 11/4/84, which when I saw your thing for on here, I was like, look at her with my birthday on there. Well, you had like the 11/84 on there.
Oh,
Heather, yeah. What else?
what's your middle name, Stephanie?
Nicole.
Oh, right. Tina Louise.
I feel so left out. I swear to it's like Nicole Lynn, Heather Lynn, Stephanie Nicole.
Well, there's gotta be another connection.
Yeah,
A
me.
number. Add our birthday numbers up, see if our birthday numbers come up.
932575.
So you're gonna add those all together.
Yeah, because then you get your life path number too.
I'm a 3.
I'm a 1.
Do I just add the last two numbers of
All
mine?
of them.
All of your birthday up and make it into a single digit.
Yeah, 19, whatever.
Can you pick math? Jeepers.
Yeah, that's how I didn't come prepared for this.
Just put your numbers together, like
Yeah, but I
10.
can't.
Yeah, then you just bring it down to a single digit. Unless it's like 22 or 33 or 11. Because those are master numbers. But, let me see. So like for my life path number being 1, it's learning independence, confidence, courage, and self-leadership. Oh, that's interesting. And then what one did you say yours was, Heather?
3.
Ooh, I love that mind, body, soul, energy.
This is weird.
What?
You.
So I did 11/17. Trust, I did not have a calculator. 11/17/1976. So Stephanie, I am right there with you. When I break it down, I get 1176. When I break down all the other numbers.
I don't know what that means.
Right, I'm confused. No, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to add in, so you got 1976. So we've got 9, 10, 17, 23 right here. Here we've got 8, then we've got 2. We're going to bring that to 10. And
Wait,
then
wait,
5. Your life path number is 6.
Listen,
What?
the way I did it, and I didn't put any thought into this, looks much nicer. So I'm just gonna stick with my 1176.
Right, but you got to bring it down to a single digit. So
I
your life path
know.
your life path number is 6, which is learning love, family responsibility, and healthy caregiving.
No, I want another one.
Well, that is
What's Steph's number?
That's crazy.
nice.
Mine's 5.
Okay.
Game changer. Learning freedom, change, adaptability, and life experience.
Okay, so far we haven't found all of our synchronicities.
So we've got 3, 4,
What is
9.
everyone's father's first name?
Aniello.
Ralph.
I'm like, nobody's going to have mine.
All right, what about mother's first name?
Joanne.
Louise.
Okay, here's the link. Tina.
Yeah.
Nicole's father's mom's name was Louise.
Okay. My mother was Louise, so was her mother, but I wanted to be connected somehow here, so thank you.
And that's how you just got connected a little bit there.
Yeah, see, thanks to Stephanie. You
Yeah,
didn't
oh my
say
God.
it.
Our number, our life path numbers together equal 6. So I mean, it kind of is your number. There you go. There's another link.
What about if we added our name, like how many letters in our name?
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's whole like
I've had several names, so I'll just stick to
right. And if I could choose the name that I truly wanted, it'd be one word, and I've
What?
seen it my whole life, and it would be Nevea, which is heaven backwards.
Oh, wow.
What would it be?
Nevea. That's what I've always wanted to call myself, which is heaven backwards.
Oh boy, Nevea, hugging trees.
It's-
What about, does anyone know their human design?
No.
Manifesting generator.
Oh,
So you are choosing.
I was just gonna say, never mind, I did.
What? Do it?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever have your chart there?
Human design is not my area. I know lightness about it, but not enough to educate somebody on it.
Alright. I was just trying to think of our synchronicities.
Well, no, because you got me curious. I'm like, oh, I wonder what hers is. Because what's yours, Heather?
I'm a manifestor.
Okay. How do we find? Let me see. While we're on here.
Most people are man-gens.
I think my husband is a not reflector. What's the other one? A project? No. Projector? I don't. I can't even remember.
This
Hold
is
on.
why Nicole and I can't get on the same page. We move through we don't move through life in straight lines. We move in quantum jumps. So we're jumping all over the place in different directions.
Alright, so what was the original topic that we came on to talk about?
We're on it. We were talking about soul contracts and number and numerology, number connection. So we're still on the same page, smartass.
Yeah, we didn't quantum leap yet. Or quantum jump.
I would call Tina's a smartass.
Yes, absolutely, Heather. I was talking to Tina.
Why was I a smartass? I was being honest.
You said that I was jumping all over the place, and I'm like, no, we're in the same discussion. That's why I was calling you a
Nothing to do
smartass.
with the discussion. I was saying we're manifesting generators, so we don't move through life in straight lines. We move in quantum jumps.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
why.
Made it sound
That's
cool.
why you're gonna make a good life coach.
That's why you and I are always. Yeah. Do it again.
This is me clapping for you. That's how people, no? It's a quiet clap.
Oh, it's also.
It's me trying to give you props for what you're saying.
So, but I mean, that's how I see the two of us when we get into these conversations right now.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun to explore where the conversation goes.
I delegate. I come up with the ideas and delegate, which is what I do in Pilates. I come up with the concepts and I delegate. In my career, I was a director of education. I would come up at a museum. I would come up with the concepts and break it down and hand out all the ideas to everyone else to implement, and then I'd move on.
I mean, that sounds about right with your mutable energy too.
Yeah.
So if you go into, here we go. Never mind, Steph.
Oh,
Never
so
mind.
So Nicole, we came in as our soul contract. We came here to break lineage rules.
We sure are doing that, girl. You ain't wrong there.
Based on your human design?
Yeah, based off of our human design.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can completely see that. I mean, I have a Scorpio stellium in my 10th house, which is literally my public role and career, and it's filled with taboo.
We're a hybrid being. I like that. I'm just gonna start introducing myself as a hybrid being.
Oh, you said hybrid, and my third eye got itchy. Whoa. That was cool.
What do you think Stephanie has? Did you find out what Stephanie was?
I'm trying to remember what her, I was trying not to interrupt, but I can't remember what her birthplace was, so I was trying to wait a second. And
Oh, go ahead.
I'm
I
trying
can
to-
shut up.
25. Because you were 325, 70, 1875, just getting there. And then you said you were what time?
11:32
Okay.
a.m.
I think that's falsified information. I think it's like 11:39.
No, that was your son.
That was 11:39?
Are you calling her a liar?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that it's 11:32. I don't know.
Hold on.
It's not me calling her a liar. Just I just don't think that
I
that's
want it to be
correct.
11:19.
So you can get your 3 ones.
I was born at 11:15.
No, it's 11:19.
11:36. There, I told you.
Stephanie
All right.
trying to cheat.
And then the city and state. I know that. Oh, what?
Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
You better tell him stop fooling.
RHINE.
I got it. It came up for me. Let's see if it works, though. You never know. No way. There's no way. We can't have. We've got 3 manifesting generators on here. Mangina. It makes you think of Step Brothers when you say mangins. Have you guys ever seen Step Brothers? Oh, God, I hope so. Okay. Otherwise, it would sound terrible that I just said that.
Manifesting generator. So you come up with concepts and you also implement the concepts. Whereas I come up with concepts and I delegate. So you guys do it all. Yeah, you workers.
Story of my life. But you do best by responding. So kind of like if somebody kind of brings something up in your energy and it kind of resonates for you, you'll probably go back and you'll probably find a way to implement it rather than you being kind of like the initiator in that way. You'd be more of the responder. Does that make sense?
You move when life moves you.
Because if you force yourself on to the energies, they run. I know what it's like to to not know your human design. Okay.
I don't know why I brought that up. I'm sorry, topic change, but I'm trying to find our connection.
No, I think it's all part of the soul contract some way. Like,
Yes. Yep.
Nicole, I know we're getting close to end of time, but did you start, because I was having a hard time logging on, did you start with the soul contracts? Did you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it, the intro, and we talked about through the family and stuff. You didn't miss too much because we were kind of catching up, so that way you could not be missing too much.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought it was a great conversation tonight.
I'm always intrigued by what people their like reaction is when you say, "Do you believe you chose this life?" And they're like, "Why would I choose this life?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nicole,
Mm-hmm. See, and it gets you excited, doesn't it? Because it just makes you feel like you're in alignment.
I like
love it.
Stephanie with a Y. That's different.
Oh, Stephanie joined. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Welcome in, beautiful souls. Welcome in. We were having conversations, women's roundtable about soul contracts, numerology. Do you have family members that you guys have maybe the same birthdays, birth years? Is there anything that you're noticing where you guys kind of align and you're curious why? Comment down below and maybe we can kind of dig in. What was that?
Synchronicities.
Yes, absolutely. Synchronicities of life. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that synchronicities are everywhere. The universe is always communicating with us. It's just a matter of how open we are to receive it.
I'd be curious if anybody in the chat believes in soul contracts.
Yeah, that too. Absolutely. I want to know. And if you're listening back to later on, still feel free to comment down below so that way we can bring it up in our next live and go over the conversation. And maybe you can even join in and we can go dive deeper with you.
Well, when we hang up, I think we need to continue our synchronicity. The synchronicity is that we are just here in spirit. You know, we've been guided here to have this conversation, so that's our synchronicity.
Oh, I believe that 1,000%. I mean, you come in synchronistic all the time. I think so. From what I what I feel. And 33, because it just came up on here, is the master teacher number. Compassion, service, healing. And remember, guys, with numbers and with everything too, there are always shadow aspects that we'll experience. There's light and shadow aspects to things. Duality, however you want to see that. So the shadow side could be self-sacrifice, emotional overwhelm, savior complex. So with those, the number 33 playing into the family lineage, that could be something very synchronistic to maybe just let float in the atmosphere of things. But oh, I just see we're at 755. I love that as well. But anyway, Tina usually has a beautiful reflection for us, T. And I was wondering, do you have one this evening?
I do, and something just popped up on my TikTok telling me that my regular live schedule will be airing at 8 o'clock. So I don't know what the hell I did on TikTok, but I will not be live at 8 o'clock. I just want to make sure you're all clear. Yeah, so the contract you came to fulfill. When birthdays and anniversaries align, it's not about superstition, it's about meaning. It's about lineage speaking in symbols. It's about your soul reminding that you're part of something bigger, a story that began long before you arrived and will continue long after you're gone. But here's the truth: you are not here to repeat the past. You're here to rewrite it. So the next time a date circles back, the next time the calendar feels like it's whispering, lean in. It might be your soul contract calling. It might be your lineage healing. It might be the moment your timeline touches something sacred. Amen.
I love it.
And watch tomorrow for 33s everywhere, license plates, clock times, highway markers.
It's gonna pop up everywhere now because once something, the beautiful thing about these conversations is that once something resonates and becomes a part of your awareness, it kind of is something that you can now add to a way of experiencing this beautiful world that we all live in and cohabitate in. All right, ladies, is there anything you guys would like to close with before I do my little final closeout?
No, I think this was a natural flowing conversation. I think I learned some stuff in this space, which usually always happens because I have to go and follow up later. But I think I really would have liked to been able to connect with the audience themselves just to see what their thoughts were. But I really do think people struggle with admitting what they believe in and what they don't believe in. And so if we could give them the space here to get used to just sharing it, I think it would be a beautiful thing. So
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we just got to keep showing up, and then people will start to draw in and make those connections and start being more comfortable in those conversations. Because again, Uranus is about to disrupt Gemini, and that's communication. So let us go, ladies. We're going to make things happen. Heather, thank you so much for joining us again. Is there anything you would like to leave us with?
I just would like everyone to share love and light.
Love that. Love it. How about you, Stephanie?
I just enjoy these conversations. I'm new into this, so it's interesting. I'm still learning, just like Tina. So
Remembering.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
Oh yeah, we're always remembering. Yes, we're on a journey of remembrance, and to give ourselves grace, we're not behind. Nobody is ahead. We're exactly on time where we're supposed to be. All right, beautiful souls. As I always say, if you woke up today, your soul still has purpose on this planet. So go out there and live it authentically true to you. Love and light, beautiful souls. We'll be back tomorrow night for day 26 of 30.
Good job, guys. Woo-hoo.
Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.
bye.
All right, and then
Okay, namaste.
Close out.
I gotta stop here.